A Grand Rapids radio host is stepping into the national spotlight with a brand new title, Mrs. America. Jackie Green represented Michigan in the pageant in Las Vegas over the weekend. She is back home now and here now talking to us about her big win. Jackie, great to see you. Congrats.
Thank you so much. It was the biggest shock of my life, I'll tell you.
Was it? Tell us now. Take us back to that moment when you were crowned.
Well, it came down to me and Mrs. Oklahoma. Her name was Ashley. She was a wonderful woman. And we were holding hands, and they said, our next Mrs. America is, and I immediately assumed it was her, because I get first runner-up in these pageants a lot. So I said, congratulations, before they said it. And then they said, the next Mrs. America is Mrs. Michigan. And I went, that's me.
You know, I've known you a long time. You've been doing these pageants for such a long time. What is it about them that you love so much?
You know, I like being on stage, I like dressing up, and I like my platform and being able to share it with such a vast audience.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that platform. It is so important to you. And I remember you telling me this a long time ago, and it was very personal for a long time. So how does it feel now to have this information out there and to be able to talk about it on a national stage?
It's definitely really surreal because it started, you know, years ago when I told you, Michelle, we were neighbors. And it was something that I didn't tell people, that I was born with an intersex condition, which for me meant I had no internal reproductive organs, but I was born with internal testes that produced my estrogen. They were removed when I was 15, but I wasn't given all the information at the time. And I felt like a lot was held from me. And it was something that I wasn't vocal about because I was really scared how people would treat me and react if they knew. So when I finally came out with it and I decided, you know, there's a lot of people born like this. I'm not the only one. 1.7% of the population, to be exact. I'm going to talk about it. And when I went from talking about it locally to talking on it as my final question in the top 3 at Mrs. America, it definitely was very emotional for me. And then for them to take my answer there and make me the winner just felt really good.
Oh, I bet. And I bet from that moment, too, because your surgery, that's what you talk about, too, is that your surgery, that you didn't have a choice, and that choice now, what an example this is setting for so many people.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing when it comes down to it. It's not necessarily that having surgery is wrong. It's that it's wrong if you can't make the choice yourself. Because in reality, we all should have autonomy over our own bodies. And that's kind of what I talk about. And that's what I talked about on stage in my final question for Mrs. America. And I think the craziest part is, and not a lot of people have caught on to this yet, I did not win Mrs. Michigan. I actually was first runner-up. And our queen that was representing Michigan couldn't attend because she had some health issues. So as they say in pageants, the first runner-up, if the queen can't fulfill their duties, she'll step in. And that's how I got called to get to go to Mrs. America in the first place. So to go from not winning my state, technically, to being the winner was crazy.
It's incredible. It's just so great. So we know you're gonna be talking about your platform. What other kinds of things will you be doing this year as Mrs. America?
Yeah, so I'll be doing different events. I get to go to sporting events. I get to go to parades. But the big thing that I get to do is represent our country at Mrs. World.
Oh, my gosh. That's incredible. When's that?
That's in January, and I'm a little overwhelmed with the idea that I'll be meeting women from all over the globe and doing that. But it'll be pretty fun, and I think it'll be very exciting once I'm actually in the mental space to plan for it. I'm just so shocked after winning just a few days ago that I'm still soaking that all in.
Well, congratulations. You're going to represent all of us very well. Great to see you, and best of luck.
Thank you.